Always do a great job supporting students who are coming to Canada, not just to Lambton College, but all over Canada. So anyone who is interested in studying in Canada, you provide a great resource to students. So we really thank you for your support. And I want to thank all of the prospective students and partners for joining us today as well. Really looking forward to sharing information about Lambton College with you. So with that, I'm going to share my screen and then we will get underway here. All right, I hope everyone can see the screen is working, up and running.
Looks good.
All right, excellent. So first couple of things that I'd just like to mention, a few resources that are useful even after the webinar. If you're still curious, you have questions, you want to learn more about Lambton College, you can search for us on YouTube, Lambton International. I think we have 40 or so videos. Some of them are with current students, some of them are with graduates, some are from our professors and staff. We will, in these videos, teach you about our programs, teach you about our services, about co-op, about finding part-time jobs, really good resources, short videos. So definitely check us out there, Lambton International. You can search for us in the same way on Instagram as well, Lambton International. Again, all the latest news, updates, fun things happening around the college, important updates as well during COVID, of course, as things change, as rules change. So two great resources there to stay up to date and learn more about the college. So this, I hope, is an exciting time for students because, for myself, I was born in Canada. I completed all my education in Canada. I was not brave enough, I guess, to explore an overseas education, but that's the position that many of you are in today, where you're thinking about studying abroad. And I think it's really important at this stage to consider what your goals are, what you ultimately want to achieve, and then make sure that you're making the decisions today that will put you on the path to achieve those goals. So one of the great things about Canada, and this comes out in all of the research that schools do, surveying international students about what their goals are. And so often, students are interested in exploring permanent residency, possibly making their stay a little bit longer in Canada. So if that is your ultimate goal, and that's the goal of many international students coming to Canada, the best way to position yourself for a permanent residency application is very often getting a good job in your field, a professional career. So how do you do that? Well, you need the right skills. In Canada, it's not just about credential. I know in some countries, credential is the most important factor on the resume with employers, but in Canada, credential is important, but I would argue even more important is demonstrating to an employer that you can do the job, that you don't need to be trained, that you have the skills, you have the experience, and you're ready to go day one when you're hired. So how do you get those skills? Well, you have to choose the right college, choose the right program. So that's where we find ourselves today. You're in that position where you're choosing where to study and which program might be the best fit for you. So with that, I'm happy to introduce to you Lambton College. So we are a public institution. We are actually the second oldest public college here in the province of Ontario. We have our international students studying in 3 cities, all in Ontario. So sort of top to bottom here on the map, we have Toronto, Mississauga, and our main campus, which is in Sarnia. Now, Eric and I are joining you from home this morning because it's a little bit earlier than we would normally go into the college. But after this call, we'll be heading into our main campus, which is in Sarnia. Sarnia is about a 2.5-hour drive southwest of Toronto. It is right along the border between Canada and the United States. So you see the picture here with the bridge in the background. That is the second busiest border crossing between Canada and the US, separated by that river. Beautiful community, safe, friendly community. mostly surrounded by beaches, which are beautiful in the summer. Wherever you go in the city, you're never more than about 10 minutes away from the beautiful beach and water that you see there in the background. In terms of the city and employment opportunities, some of the largest employers in our community are petroleum companies. Sarnia is home to the largest petrochemical complex in Ontario, the second largest across Canada. So some of the big employers in our community would be ExxonMobil, British Petroleum, Shell, many Canadian oil and gas companies as well. We have, in my opinion, at our main campus, the most beautiful facilities, the most beautiful campus here in the public college system. We have amazing labs, amazing student spaces. I'll show you some pictures in just a few moments, but we're very, very proud of our campus and our facilities. One question that we often get from international students when they are going to a smaller city is about part-time job availability, part-time job opportunities. So I can't speak for other communities, but certainly for Sarnia, there are so many jobs here. We are, every intake, we are very, very excited to welcome our new international students because of the opportunities here and the demand of our local employers. So just going around to businesses in Sarnia, I see now hiring or help wanted signs on just about every business that I go to. So lots of opportunities here, part-time jobs, co-op positions, full-time positions after graduation as well. And then one of the main advantages of studying in Sarnia, as opposed to Toronto, for example, is affordability. So Sarnia was recently among the top 5 most affordable cities in Ontario. Students will experience a savings in not only their accommodation expenses, their transportation costs, many other areas as well. So safe city, friendly, affordable, really great place for students to study. We also have students, I'm sort of moving south to north here. So next stop along the journey is Lambton and Mississauga. Mississauga is, I think, sometimes overlooked because it's very, very close to Toronto. Mississauga is actually where Toronto's international airport is located. Toronto and Mississauga are very close, very connected. But as a city in its own right, Mississauga is the 6th largest city in Canada. From Mississauga to downtown Toronto would take about 30 minutes, give or take. Home to over 1,400 multinational corporations, 1,200 restaurants, 2,800 retail shops. So again, in terms of part-time job opportunities, co-op opportunities, postgraduate work opportunities, Mississauga is a great city to study, live, and work. And then lastly, probably Canada's most famous city and largest city is Toronto. We have students studying in Toronto as well. Toronto is routinely ranked among the 10 most livable cities in the world. It's also one of the most diverse cities in the world, and it is the commercial, industrial, and financial center of Canada. So you can't go wrong studying in Toronto either. Now, I had mentioned earlier about our main Sarnia campus, which, as I said, I do think is one of the most beautiful campuses here in the Ontario public college system. So just to highlight a few of our facilities and relate them back to our programs and activities. So keeping healthy, physically healthy is very important as an international student joining us in Canada. So we have our fitness center, we have spaces where students can work out, they can exercise. Those are included in tuition fees, so students can access those facilities free of charge. You'll find at the college, we have a lot of sports, a lot of competitive sports as well. You'll see in the top right of your screen, our basketball program is very, very competitive. Lots of fun, even if you're just a fan, to come out and cheer the team on. One of the buildings at our main Sarnia campus is our Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. So that is where all of our health science programs are housed. So if you're looking at, for example, our pharmacy technician program, which is a great 2-year diploma, or our interprofessional practice program, which is a 2-year postgraduate program, all of those programs and many more, the labs and facilities are housed in the Health and Research Center. If you are in an engineering program, you will likely find that those labs are housed in our Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies. So you'll see in these pictures here on the top right is at one of our power engineering labs. Those are our steam boilers at the top. On the bottom left, you'll see one of our automation labs. That one is often used in our instrumentation and automation control program. So those and many more programs, you'll find the engineering labs in our Center of Excellence. The Center of Excellence is also often used for research, applied research purposes, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a few moments. Another great opportunity to have some fun on campus is our esports arena. We have an arena on campus, and we also have competitive esports teams that compete in different games. You can also just use this space like the gym, where you can use it recreationally if you just want to have fun and have a great activity. But if you're really good and you want to compete, there are teams available as well. In the past, our esports team has traveled all over North America competing against teams from other colleges and universities. So it's a great opportunity for students to get involved and have a lot of fun as well. And then we want to keep our students involved in other sports and activities too. So we have over 50 intramural teams. We have 7 competitive teams. So you saw basketball, which we have. We also have outdoor and indoor soccer. We have a baseball team. And then 50 teams that are just for fun. Just come on campus, stay fit, stay active, meet new people. Great opportunity. I always like to speak a little bit about our Enactus program. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Enactus, it is a international entrepreneurial competition where students from colleges and universities from about 40 different countries around the world all come up with entrepreneurial initiatives that are designed to improve the world around them, to make a positive impact on their communities. So this is something that Lambton College takes really seriously. We have won, our trophy case is exploding with regional, provincial, national Canadian titles, and it all sort of culminated in 2018 when we won the global Enactus championship. So I won't go into too much detail except for saying that if you are a Lambton College student and one of your professors approaches you and says, would you be interested in participating in Lambton's Enactus program, make sure that your answer is 100% yes, because this is an amazing opportunity to not only do good in the world, but to compete and travel and meet potential employers and build your references here in Canada. So I highly recommend the Enactus program. Another area where Lambton College always excels is in research. So Lambton College this year is once again, the #1 research college in Ontario. We are the #2 research college across all institutions throughout Canada. And over the last 5 years, we've consistently ranked among the top 1, 2, or 3 colleges in Canada for research funding. And the reason why I mention this is for a few reasons. #1, it reflects positively on our students. So the fact that we can maintain this ranking is in large part due to our partners like Admission Overseas, who are sending us great students who are making a really, really valuable contribution to the research roles at the college. But from a student perspective, the fact that we are so consistently ranked at the top in research is the reason why we have the best labs, the best facilities, the most qualified professors. All of these things will help students with their learning in the classroom and help introduce them to potential employers as well as they complete their program. Many of our students will find employment right on campus with an employer, maybe in a research role, and often those will become permanent long-time positions as well after students graduate. So it's a really great initiative that the college does, and it has a significant impact on our international students. Now, I'd like to do a quick comparison here because very often, like as you saw throughout the presentation, we have great facilities. We're #1 in research. We have the #1 in ACTIS program. Normally, to study at the best institution, you have to pay the highest fees. And in Lambton College's case, it's a little bit different. So Eric and we were looking around some other college websites, and I do want to say the purpose of this slide is not to criticize any other institutions. The public college system here in Ontario is excellent. If you choose any public college here in Ontario, the quality of education will be superb, but the costs can be different. And that's what this slide is intended to highlight. So we were looking for global business programs. And we found a global business program at another public college in Toronto. We have one at Lambton College as well. In this case, both programs 2 years in length, both programs offered in Toronto, both programs lead to a Ontario College graduate certificate, exact same credential. But the Lambton program has a co-op placement. The other school did not offer co-op in this program. And the tuition cost at the end, Lambton College student would save almost 15,000 Canadian dollars to graduate with the exact same credential and qualify to apply for a 3-year post-graduation work permit. So that is a massive, massive savings. In addition to that, the Lambton student also had a co-op opportunity where they can earn money as well and gain that practical experience with a local employer. So we have and will continue at Lambton College to invest in our students and to keep our tuition costs as reasonable as possible. The way that we are able to do that, a few different things. So if you look at the top picture here, this is a screenshot from our website, I believe this is a business management program. But any program that you are interested in at Lambton, if you go to our website, you can see the entire tuition cost for every semester of every program. We make sure that that is very transparent so students can budget and understand exactly how much their full program tuition will cost. So in this case, you see it's a 2-year program. You see the tuition that's charged in term 1, term 2, term 3, and then in term 4, $0. And that's because we do not charge tuition fees during co-op semesters. So in this program, term 4 is a co-op placement. Students are off campus, earning money, working with a local employer, and at the same time, not having to pay tuition fees during that term either. So that's one of the ways that we keep our costs down. Another way is through entrance scholarships. So we are very fortunate to be in a position this year for the September 2022 intake to once again have an entrance scholarship program for our international students. And you'll see on the next slide, I'll share a little bit more information about the program, but you will see that scholarship funds are applied to the first year of studies and would be reflected on each acceptance letter. So again, at the bottom of your screen here, this is a screenshot from one of our successful applicants who received a $3,000 entrance scholarship, and that was deducted right away from their annual school fees. So for this year, the best resource to find information about the scholarship is our website. So it's an easy one to remember. It's the lambtoncollege.ca/scholarships. So lambtoncollege.ca/scholarships. This is where you'll find the eligibility criteria, all of the eligible programs. So this year we've chosen 20 of our programs at our main Sarnia campus. Applicants with an overall IELTS score of at least 6.5, no individual bands less than 6.0 are eligible to qualify and receive that $3,000 entrance scholarship. So now I'll talk a little bit about our programs. Co-op is very, very important, as you probably have seen throughout the presentation. Applied learning, gaining practical skills, gaining practical experience is so important to us at Lambton College. So we have 38 programs that have at least one full semester of co-op work experience embedded into the curriculum. In addition to that, we have many other programs that have field placements or other internship opportunities, and certainly practical lab time and experience opportunities at our facilities on campus. So I will give you a quick overview of our areas where we offer programs. But for specific program information, I would say the best resource would be connect with Admission Overseas, contact them, talk about your profile, and they can uncover what program might be the best fit if we have it here at Lambton College. So some of the areas where we're very strong, and I will say all of the programs that I am mentioning on these slides are all two-year programs. And of course, many of these have a co-op placement as well. So 2 years of study, very affordable, very practical, and students then are eligible to apply for their 3-year post-graduation work permit when completing these programs as well. So we have many different hospitality specializations. Canadian culinary operations is one of my favorite, personally, one of my favorite programs that we offer. Those students run a restaurant on our campus. Hotel and resort management, hospitality management, tourism operations management is another great diploma program that we offer. We have different project management specializations, always among the most popular choices here at Lambton. So we have a general project management program. We have an IT specialization. We have a construction specialization. And new for the September 2022 intake is a environmental project management specialization as well. So again, all two-year programs with a co-op placement in the 4th semester. Moving to some of the fun, probably the most fun programs that we have at the college. We have an amazing photography program. We have a 2-year advanced photography postgraduate program. We have a photography diploma as well. The program coordinator in that program has 30 years experience working with some of the biggest musicians and bands. He does festivals, music festivals, just amazing experience. I personally, I love learning from him, and I'm not even a photographer. Absolutely fascinating program. Marketing management with a specialization in digital media. So again, leveraging that creativity. There's probably no more topical program right now as businesses keep shifting to the digital spaces. And then anyone with a teaching background, e-learning design and training development is an amazing program. Again, very topical and relevant given the world and how things have evolved over the last 2 years. In engineering, I've talked about some of our programs already in our labs. We have chemical production, power engineering, instrumentation, automation, manufacturing, quality engineering. Again, all of those 2-year programs, they all have co-op placements as well. So they're very practical. A little bit more on the sciences side, we have biomaterials and chemical lab analysis, food safety and quality assurance, which is a very, very popular program and directly linked with so many job opportunities here in Canada. And then, of course, on the IT side, computer science, again, personally, some of the most fascinating programs I think that we offer: cloud computing, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and computer forensics. On the health sciences side, again, given Canada's demographics, population demographics, with an aging population, we cannot welcome enough students into Canada's healthcare industry. So we have healthcare leadership, which is more of an administrative program, occupational health and safety. We have office administration programs that focus on health services as well. One of our most popular new programs is interprofessional practice in gerontology. That's working with elderly Canadians. Again, extremely important, high demand job opportunities in all of those fields. And then last, but certainly not least, we have many different specializations in business: agribusiness, supply chain, marketing, finance, global or international business. And then to highlight a few of our newest programs for this year, we have a brand new business specialization in sports business management. I'm really excited about that one. I had already mentioned earlier the environmental specialization in our project management. For business graduates, financial services and compliance and investigation, therapeutic recreation, and full stack software development. So those are all, once again, 2-year postgraduate programs. And we're really excited to launch those in partnership with our industry partners and subject matter experts for the September 2022 intake. So that then brings us to where our seats are available, what is open right now. So one thing I always like to flag, our seats, and Himanshu had mentioned this at the beginning, our seats do usually fill quite quickly. So we do encourage our applicants, if they find a program that they're interested in and an open intake, make sure that you submit your documents and apply as soon as possible. We are filling seats right now for the September 2022 intake. All intakes prior to that are full and closed. So choose your program, gather your documents, work with your counselor at Admission Overseas, submit your application, get your approval, confirm your seats. I can't emphasize that strongly enough to apply early.
Excellent.
So with that, we will, I think, maybe transition to some questions. If anyone has questions about Lambton or about studying in Canada, Eric and I would be happy to field and do our best to answer anything we can.
Okay, we are getting a lot of questions in the chat box, so I'll just go through the questions one by one. There's
Perfect.
a question from Jasmine. Jasmine is asking, 3 years bachelor student can apply for postgraduate courses?
You can, yes. Students with a 3-year bachelor degree could apply for a postgraduate program.
What is the application deadline for May intake? I think May intake is already closed, isn't it?
May, yes, yeah. You would have had to apply 5 or 6 months ago to catch the May intake, but September, we're in the middle of our September 2022 recruitment right now.
Looking at the diversification of the programs you have, Mathew and Eric, we are really excited to promote such a diversity of programs in all these fields, but I really wish to God that you had more seats so we can have more students coming in.
I wish, well, we share that. Yes, I wish we did as well.
Okay, so which courses are easily fit in the job market for management students? There's a question from Asu, a student from Nepal, I guess.
Yeah, so the great thing about choosing a program at Lambton College is we, and Himanshu, you've probably noticed this over the last many years, we are always working with industry to determine what skills are needed in today's job market. So we're constantly evolving our programs, designing new programs. So the great news is any program really that you choose at Lambton College is a fit for the job market. We ensure that it is. So apart from that, then it would be, what area of management are you most interested in? We have financial planning, we have the financial services, compliance and investigation, which is our new one that I'm really excited about. We have marketing specializations, global business, supply chain, project management, all directly related to employment opportunities here in Canada. So
it's a very diverse industry. It's a very big industry, isn't it? Logically?
Absolutely.
Okay, so is there any course related to Bachelor of Technology, Computer Science Engineering? Yeah, a lot of programs are there, Engine. We've gone through those programs. You can get in touch with our team to, there's a list of programs for computer science engineers. Keshav is asking, do you have sustainable agriculture courses? Do you have any agricultural courses or related? I think environmental is coming up, so something related is there, right?
Yeah, so 2 programs I would recommend this student to look at. We have a 2-year postgraduate program in agribusiness management, or our 2-year postgraduate program in environmental project management. Could be 2 very good options.
Excellent. Okay, we still have audience coming in. What is the delivery method for winter 2022? Specifically asking about business management, HR programs in Lambton website. Some of the programs noted have to be mentioned remote delivery method. So there's a confusion on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So for the winter 2022 intake, if I'm not sure, perhaps you are already a student coming for that intake, you'll receive information from the college probably in the first week of November about how your program will be delivered. We are in a position now where the COVID situation continues to improve here in Canada. Vaccinations keep increasing and increasing. So we're able to welcome more and more students on campus. So my guess is you probably will still have a mix of some on-campus courses and some that are still remote. But we are certainly welcoming more and more students on campus in the winter 2022 intake.
Excellent. As the drive for vaccination is improving day by day, I guess things will become much easier for the students. What is the PT requirement for undergraduate and postgraduate programs?
PTE, I'm not familiar off the top of my head. We would accept IELTS. So in terms of overall IELTS requirement would be 6.5, no band less than 6.0. We do have a competitive admissions process though. So I always encourage students, if you can score higher, it increases your chances for admission. The average score there, I guess the most common score that we accept at Lambton is actually 7.0 in terms of admissions.
Okay. Is the 14-day quarantine policy still on? Students are still asked to quarantine for 14 days?
So that isn't really my area of expertise, but my understanding is that if you are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, you would still need to complete a 14-day quarantine. You can contact the college or your counselor and they can work with the college. We do have services in place for that. But if you are vaccinated, fully vaccinated with a Health Canada approved vaccine, my understanding is you no longer need to quarantine as long as you have your vaccines and a negative test, of course, as well.
Yeah. And Asu, for this question, I can also say that you won't be able to board the flight unless you are vaccinated and you have that vaccination certificate. So there is no quarantine, just get your vaccination done. There's a question from Sajinder. Sajinder, there is no associate degree in science at Lambton College. However, they have diploma programs and related to science programs, but there's no associate degree as such. But I believe, Mathew, your programs must have onshore, progression agreements with other universities. So
yes, yeah, and yeah. So if you're exploring some of the diploma programs that we have in sciences, many of those do have articulation or pathway agreements with that lead into university programs for sure.
Excellent. Okay. Is the application fee waiver applicable? The application fee waiver is there, yeah?
That's right, yes. Yeah, only as long as you apply through admission overseas. If you apply directly to the college, there is a $150 application fee.
Guys, you've heard it right here. This is big news. Only if you apply through admission overseas, you're getting that application fee waiver.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mathew. Any more questions? You guys are, please feel free to ask questions, guys. Do college provide accommodation facility to international students? Can you tell us about the accommodation nearby, especially Sarnia? I think that's a huge campus, isn't it?
It is, yes. So in Sarnia, we do have a hostel facility, a residence facility on campus. So that is a potential option for students if they want to live right on campus. But most of our students in Sarnia, and certainly in Toronto and in Mississauga as well, live off campus. So what we do is all three locations have a housing team, an accommodations team that will help students. We have Facebook groups, we have WhatsApp groups where students can get in touch with the college and we can help them find accommodation off campus and get them settled in the community.
Okay. A very good question, I believe, from Reshma Karki. Are there scholarship opportunities in the second and third semester for international students?
We always have, so the main scholarship is the one that I detailed in the presentation. So that's the entrance scholarship of 3,000 Canadian dollars. That is applied to the first year of the program, so semester 1 and semester 2. There are always scholarship opportunities. One of the advantages of being integrated with local businesses is we often receive donations from industry and then distribute those in terms of merit-based scholarships. So there is incentive. Stay active when you're a student at the college. Be involved. Make sure that you have strong grades, and there could be scholarship opportunities in addition as you progress through the program. Definitely.
Sonam Lama is asking, how early do you advise students to apply for postgraduate programs, considering May intake is already closed?
So I would, if you have a program already that you're interested in for the September intake, I would apply right away. What we basically do is admissions will remain open until we've received enough applications to fill the seats in the program. So some programs fill faster than others. Some programs have smaller capacities than others as well. So I can tell you there are some programs that are already looking full for September, like maybe within the next 1 or 2 weeks, you might start seeing programs full and closed. So if you have a program that you're interested in, as soon as possible would always be my recommendation to apply.
In that case, how much academic gap are you accepting? Let's say a student with professional work experience, but how much maximum academic gap, or is there an age limit?
Yeah, so there's no age limit per se. What I would say is most of our applicants usually have a gap in their studies less than 5 years, just as a general rule. And then we would ask our applicants to demonstrate what they've been doing since they finished their study. So if they've been working and applying their skills, that's always an important part to strengthen your application. But yeah, as a general rule, I would say about 5 years approximately.
Mathew, since the students are advised to apply at least 6 months, 7 months, 8 months before, do you issue conditional offers? Let's say a student is in his final year, about to finish the final semester. Can that student apply as well, about to finish, and get a conditional offer letter?
They can certainly apply. Yes. Yeah. Those applications maybe take a little bit longer for our admission team to process. I know they usually prioritize the complete applications first, just in terms of how the applications are ranked as they come in. But yeah, certainly a student that is pending graduation could still apply as well. Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. Do you have any options for students who finished up bachelor's in social work?
That's a good question. At the postgraduate level, we don't have any specialization specifically related to social work. We also have an undergraduate social service work program. At the postgraduate level, though, nothing specific. I would still connect with Admission Overseas. That they do work with other schools as well, and they might be able to find a better fit for you somewhere in Canada, I'm sure.
Okay, so we're almost done with the questions. I guess we're almost done with the questions. So finally, I'd like to thank you, Mathew, and thank you, Eric, for this valuable informational event. I'm pretty sure that the word will spread, and this video is going to go out, and students will look at it again, because this is very valuable information, and we all understand. And I personally feel very privileged to promote Lambton College and the wonderful programs and the diversity of programs you're offering. So any final message from you guys, Mathew and Eric, to all the students out here? And some of the students are doing online courses as well. Many of the students are waiting for these COVID clouds to go down. So any message for them?
Yeah, I think just a message of positivity. I think things are certainly improving in Canada, and I know in many other countries around the world as well. So we are Eric and I, for example, we've been back in our offices at our Sarnia campus since the middle of August, and this fall we already have students back on campus using our labs, using our facilities. More students will be on campus come winter 2022 as well. So I think as long as things keep progressing like this, for anyone who is listening today, maybe applying for the September 2022 intake, my hope is that we will be back to normal, and not just for Lambton, but hopefully back to normal here in Canada and around the world. I hope things keep improving, and yeah, I think we're on the right path for sure. So I want to thank everyone for listening. We really appreciate it. We hope to see you here at Lambton College. Himanshu, thank you for your time, and your team as well. You always do such a great job, and we really appreciate your support as well.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining this event from Nepal and India. Yeah, is somebody saying anything? Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Mathew. Thank you, Eric. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.
Take care. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.